Wednesday, y'all. Hope you guys are having an awesome week thus far. Today, we are doing Wacky Wednesday. So in between sets of exercise, we're gonna come at you guys with a wacky fact, and then we'll rotate between that and a health and fitness question. So to get things started off, we're gonna present a wacky fact to y'all. So, what do we got for you guys today? I'll tell you. Your brain is 80% water. That's not a wacky fact. I don't know what is. Alright, we're going to get rolling today. Not a ton of energy. So we're going to be doing our 7 primary movements on the TRX here. It's somewhere back there. It's swinging. You guys can see. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is going to be called a giant set because a giant set is 4 or more exercises back to back with no rest. We're going to do the 7 primary movements, starting with a swing, going to a rotation, then a carry, then we're going to go for a squat, then we're going to go for a row, and then we're going to go for a deadlift and press in that sort of order. So you guys can see how that looks on the TRX. We're going to get rolling with some new music. Hope you guys are going to be digging the tunes. If you guys have any health and fitness questions, throw them in the chat and we can answer them in between exercise. Otherwise, stay tuned for some wacky facts. Just making sure the stream's still going. Looks like the internet kind of wigged out there for a sec. Yeah, if you don't have a ton of energy and you don't feel like doing some like resistance training, really great substitute is doing some like single leg, single arm stuff on the suspension trainer. So don't make excuses. Just because you're tired, you can always be active and do some sort of activity. You just might have to switch it up a little bit and listen to your body, right? Okay. We're going to check out the chats just to make sure if you guys have any health and fitness questions and whatnot. What's up, Shy Ho? Shy Ho, stream regular in the chat. What's up? How you doing this Wednesday? Internet's wigging out, so sorry if I don't see you guys' messages right away. And we're just checking the other chats to make sure. Whoop. Sorry about the feedback. We've got to mute all the feedback of the streams. And looking like no questions just yet. So what we'll do is we'll come at you guys with a health and fitness question. Sorry about the wonky internet today. It's looking like the stream's still going. Yeah. It might be chopped up a little bit, so sorry about that. If the stream pops in and out. Okay, so health and fitness question. Did you ever have a health epiphany with both of our mothers? And I went to eat like a salad, a really healthy salad with, you know, green veggies, all the veggies, and some chicken and stuff like that. And immediately after taking a bite, I got extremely nauseous, like I was gonna throw up. And I waited out for like a couple minutes, then it kind of subsided, and then I go to take another bite of the salad, and again, the same thing happened. And I was like, this is really weird, because I've never had this sort of, I mean, I've had nausea happen and stuff like that, but not be triggered by like a salad, right? It's really bizarre. So I was thinking, maybe there's something in the salad. So I tried other foods, and the same thing happened. No matter what I put in my body, I just had this like nausea feeling that like it was one of the worst experiences ever. I couldn't eat anything. So I went to the ER, and they ruled it, they couldn't really find anything that was going on. They ruled it out as gastritis, and they put me on something called omeprazole. It's an acid reducer, one of the strongest on the markets. And that was, turns out, one of the worst things they could have done, because it wasn't gastritis, and I didn't need an acid reducer pill. What I had at that time that I didn't know, and I didn't know until 6 months later, I had a C. diff infection. A C. diff infection is a bacteria, a pathogenic bacteria, meaning it will like take over and destroy your body if not treated. And I had the C. diff infection for 6 months without it being detected. And it was just wreaking havoc on my body. I was having all these GI issues, and we just really couldn't figure out what was going on because I took all these tests. So my health epiphany that I had, I lost over 40 pounds. I couldn't eat anything. I lost like all my muscle mass and stuff like that. And it was kind of ironic because you have me, who's supposed to be this pinnacle of health, right? A fitness trainer, someone who's always like, you know, if you ask my family and friends, I'm always like eating really healthy and clean. I'm always recommending like what are the best proteins, and like basically I'm the last person you think that's going to be struggling with these particular health issues. But you know, I found out it was a C. diff infection. 6 months later, I just took a course of antibiotics. I got treated, and there's one good silver lining. Well, there's a couple of good silver lining things that came from this situation. But my epiphany was this. I did countless hours and hours and hours of research on nutrition, different diets, and stuff like that, thinking that that sort of style of eating, or maybe this approach to life, would heal me. But in actuality, it was an infection that could only be cured by antibiotics. So my health epiphany, or my lifestyle change epiphany, came from this situation, realizing that it's not just all about nutrition and dieting and stuff like that. You do need to know, like, if you are having a medical condition, what is going on, and you need to get it treated. So that's where a diagnosis is like really key. I didn't get a diagnosis from my typical doctors. I actually got a diagnosis from a functional medicine doctor that I had to pay out of pocket for. Otherwise, I don't even know if my typical doctors, I had like 10 different doctors I was working with, I should say specialists that I was working with. I don't even know if they would even detected that I had this sort of infection because I didn't have the typical symptoms and stuff. So anyway, long story short, the stream keeps chopping up, so sorry about that. So about 2 months after being treated with the antibiotics, I proposed to my significant other, who is now my wonderful fiance now. We're gonna get married this year. We mutually decided we wanna have kids. We may move to another state in the future. So basically all these lifestyle change sort of epiphanies came from this, all these health issues that I had last year. And yeah, long-winded answer to that question, but absolutely I've had a health epiphany that changed my lifestyle, absolutely. So, we're gonna move on to our next giant set here. And if you guys are just joining the stream now, we're doing the suspension trainer. We're gonna do 7 primary movements. So if you guys don't have a ton of energy, but you wanna get a solid workout in, feel free to do some style like this. And it's a great way to get your workout in and not tax your body too much if you're kind of run down. I'm gonna check the chats one last time, even though the internet's wigging out. I might be able to see if you guys are chatting anything. Pumbaa0526 says you're hot. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope you stay tuned, not just for the looks though. I hope you're getting some value out of what I'm streaming today, but thank you. Compliments are always nice, appreciate it. We see Shiho in the chat too. Oh, that's for sure, Pumbaa, but sweet too. Thank you, Shiho. You guys are just full of compliments on this Wednesday. That's awesome. Unlike some people on Twitch. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There is a lot of that on Twitch, right? I think there's a lot of that on live streaming. People that look really aesthetically pleasing, but they're kind of nasty. They're kind of like not great people. But hey, it is what it is, right? Just spreading the positivity, good vibes. Thank you guys for the compliments. We're going to get back to our next set here. And if you guys have any health and fitness questions, throw them in the chat. If you guys have any cool, wacky facts you'd like to share, also throw those in the chat, and we'll get back to you guys on the next break of exercise here. 2, all finished. We're gonna come at you guys with a wacky fact in between this rest period. And if you guys have any wacky facts of your own, feel free to throw them in the chat. All right. Oh man, you guys are too funny in the chat today. Shayo says definitely sweet and fine. Thank you. Simple the best, like Tina Turner. That's hot, born to simp. That's from Pumbaa0528 or 26. Laugh out loud, he was born to zaddy. You guys are too funny in the chat today. Thank you for hopping in the chat, Pumbaa0526. Thank you for the compliments. Same with you as well, Shayo. I really appreciate it, y'all. If you do like the content, feel free to subscribe and follow. It would really help me out a lot. I would appreciate it. All right, let me make sure that you guys don't have anything else in the chat. We have Abhishek Goel. How much cardio should one do every day? And how to lose belly fat? Those are great questions. So on the Facebook stream, we have Abhishek Goel. So we're going to be doing a wacky fact right now, but I'll answer those questions since we do have one in the chat. So how much cardio should you do every day? I'm actually not a big fan of cardio, believe it or not. Because I think most people think of cardio as sort of hopping on a treadmill or an elliptical or something like that, like a static walking as far as cardio goes every single day. Isn't that crazy? Like, just how powerful your body is and the ability to taste on your tongue. 3,000 taste buds. I don't think you guys understand. 3,000 of them just on your tongue, right? It's little like 3x3. 3,000 zaddies, Shayo says. Man, you guys are hilarious in the chat today, man. Thank you for all the compliments. I appreciate it. You guys are too funny today. Let me make sure my other stream is muted here. Cool, that feedback's muted. Yeah, in case you missed it, Abhishek Goel, about the cardio question because the stream's getting chopped up. The cardio every single day should be walking 10 to 20 minutes. I'm not a big fan of static state cardio, so keep moving, right? Hiking, walking, just around the neighborhood, whatever. And we'll get to the next questions in between the next set of exercise, I promise you. And I just see a question to recover from COVID, any recommendations? Absolutely. So this is going to be a long-winded answer to that question, as well as how to lose body. best way to reduce belly fat was the first question, or sorry, the second question. Like I said, sorry, the internet's kind of wigging out today, so if the streams are really chopped up. And let me mute the feedback there. So how to reduce belly fat or eliminate belly fat. So this one is kind of an interesting answer because a lot of people think it's just you cut calories and you lose weight. When in fact, that's one of the worst ways possible to lose belly fat. I can't tell you the amount of people who've came to me and they've lost weight and they have this very saggy skin remaining. A lot of that saggy skin, let me preface this. So the problem is when you just focus on weight loss, you essentially are neglecting your muscle mass and it creates all the weight loss you lose is going to be a majority muscle and very little of it's going to be fat. So sure, maybe you lose 10 to 20 pounds, but you've essentially lost a shit ton of muscle and you still have a lot of fat remaining. That is the problem and when it comes to losing like belly fat or any body fat specifically. So how do we lose body fat and make sure we're preserving our muscle mass? Believe it or not, you want to eat your maintenance calories. So the goal is not necessarily to lose weight, believe it or not. You want to eat enough calories to maintain your weight. And then you want to implement something called resistance training. So resistance training is a fancy way of saying working out with weights, right? It doesn't have to be dumbbells and barbells. It could be suspension trainer. It could be bands. You need to elicit this muscle change response in your body. And in order to do that, you need to feed yourself enough calories to maintain your weight. And then you burn your body fat by doing resistance training that challenges you. And this is a really key component. When you do resistance training, it has to be challenging. If it's not challenging, your body's not going to change, you're not going to grow a lot of muscle, and so on and so forth, right? So that is the key to losing belly fat and any sort of fat on the body. It's not actually focusing on weight loss, believe it or not. You eat enough calories to maintain your weight, and then you implement really challenging resistance training. And what that's... Okay, so another question from Abhishek Goel on Facebook. We have, they recently recovered from COVID, and they're asking, do I have any advice on, I don't know in particular what you mean advice on, but I can give you guys some general recommendations as far as COVID goes. One of the best things that I'm shocked people don't talk about, as far as potential cures for COVID, and if not a cure, it can really help the symptoms, is something called Nigella sativa. Nigella sativa is a fancy way of saying black seed oil. Okay, if you guys think about olive oil, right? Black seed oil is literally like olive oil. You get it in a bottle, and it's an oil. You add it to food. It has a relatively low smoke point, so you don't want to like use it like you would olive oil or ghee. But you can throw it in afterwards, like after you fried something or cooked something, you just pour a little bit of black seed oil in there. So black seed oil has been used for centuries, like thousands and thousands of years, as an anti-parasitic compound for many different diseases, and yeah, it's really effective. And there's actually government studies done that suggest Nigella sativa is effective in fighting off a various amount of diseases and parasites. So, that being said, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. Nigella sativa is not a cure for COVID, but it is part of a really proactive protocol in order to reduce the symptoms from COVID, as well as potentially help any treatments for COVID as well. So Nigella sativa, black seed oil, you can find it like pretty much everywhere in stores. You know, if you go to your local grocery store, or you can find it online on Amazon. Highly recommend using something like that if you do have COVID, and even if you're recovering from it. It can reduce a lot of symptoms, as well as help your gut. Like it's an anti-parasitic. So yeah, that's my advice to you. I actually had a friend recently who I told that to, and they actually got a positive COVID test, and they said they took it, and within a couple days they felt great. So there you go. And then even me myself, I had COVID earlier this year, and I started supplementing with black seed oil, and now I just have it every single day, just because it's really great for your microbiome, like your stomach, It's good. It's a great anti-parasitic, and it's just like having olive oil in your daily regimen. It has a lot of good omega fatty acid profiles and stuff like that. So yeah, that would be my tip for COVID. Otherwise, if you guys want some more like practical, like helping with symptoms of COVID, me and my fiance, when we had it for like a month, we used not emergency. I'm drawing a blank right now. It is Mucinex. So if you got like a head, sinus congestion, or like a sinus cold, headache, you just kind of feel like very mucusy, and it really helps with COVID, believe it or not, all the symptoms related to COVID, was Mucinex. The nighttime version was great before bed. It helps you get great quality sleep. It clears out the sinuses, and then the daytime for relief for the daytime. So that would be my recommendations as far as COVID goes. Hope those questions really answered. I hope those replies kind of answered the question that you had. Thanks for getting involved in the chat. And I also see that someone says flex your chest. Here you go. There's me flexing my chest. I'm not going to take off my shirt and flex my chest. I'm not about that. Maybe in the future I'll show you guys progress pictures of months, how the body changes from just consistent exercise and watching what you eat. But yeah. Pumbaa0526, thank you for the follow. I just saw the notification now because my internet's all wigging out, so thank you so much. I appreciate that on Twitch. And I see, can I ask a question? Absolutely. Feel free. If you have any health and fitness question, feel free to fire away, and I'll do my best to answer it. What we're going to do right now is we're going to get into a cool down. So we're going to do some static stretching, allow the muscles to relax and cool down, allow all the blood flow to kind of just mellow out in the body. One thing I really like doing for a cool down is listening to really chill, relaxing music. I focus on my breathing deep in and out, and then I even do visualization of some like relaxing, calming imagery in my head, and doing those things for a cool down, just mind and body, it just makes a huge difference. Highly recommend it post-exercise to do static stretching in this sort of fashion, as well as before bed. If you're having trouble getting to bed, this helps really calm and relax you. So, if I had to guess, maybe like $20 to $30 or something, I don't know. I'm actually affiliate with Reebok. That's one of the perks of being a personal trainer, is you get a lot of cool like fitness brands and stuff like that who will either sponsor you or they'll give you huge discounts to rock their products. So yeah, I'm an affiliate with Reebok, and so I get like huge discounts. I get like 70 to 80% off of their products and stuff like that. So these are probably $20, $30 pants. I can't tell you what I paid for them because I usually order in bulk and I get a fat discount. So Reebok pants, on some deep breath in and out, and calming visualizations as we do a cool down. down on limit. What you doing? Yeah. You want to say what's up to the street? Give him a wave real quick. Ready to go on a walk in a couple minutes?
Yeah, I thought you were done because it was loading.
Yeah, not sure what's up with the internet down here. Sometimes it'll be on and off. It'll kind of wig out a little bit. Hopefully the stream's not too chopped up for y'all today. Looks like it's still going. It's kind of in the red here on my app, so you guys may or may not be tuning in right now. Sorry about that. Cool down's all done, workout all done. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Thank you guys. Cheesy pickup lines. That was an A+. Okay, looks like no more questions today. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll finish up with a wacky fact for y'all. Your forearm, from inside of your elbow all the way to your wrist, is the same length as your foot. Can you guys believe that? My fiance's like, what? From the inside of your elbow all the way to your wrist is the same length as your foot. That she's all trying to do it. See?
Oh shit.
Isn't that a trip?
Weird.
Yeah, it's a trip. Morning regular, thanks for hopping in the chat. We got Pumbaa0526. Thank you for hopping in the chat. We also got Abhishek Go Out. Thank you for hopping in the chat and thank you for the questions. Always a pleasure, y'all. Thank you so much for your guitar, song requests, covers, all that good stuff. So, hope you guys are having an awesome